So how long have you been on LinkedIn? Do you remember? Like, is it 10 years plus, or is it less than
Yeah,
that?
it's 10 years plus at this point. And it's funny. I exported the graph of my total connections and also followers over time from 10 years ago to now.
Okay.
Very interesting because you see this just like, and then I quit my job as a head of growth, and it's just like, and so it just took off because I
Right.
suddenly realized month 3, starting RevenueZen, and this is in my course too. Um, is I posted something that was just about how to run a sales team. It was just philosophy.
Right.
Um, it wasn't like contact me today. It wasn't we are offering these services. It was just, I think it was something to do with the effect of like professional adult salespeople don't need to be told what activities to do every day.
Right.
Something along those lines, right? It was 5 years ago. I forget what it was exactly. And then I get an email in my inbox that says, Alex, you may not remember me, but we met 2 years ago at this event. We're trying to grow our revenue team right now, and I could use some help. And that ended up being within a few weeks a 200,000 a year agreement that we signed.
Wow.
And so I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, this is not just me going on social media. This is something that is really effective for the business.
Right.
Um, and most of the examples I found from when I was doing the research for the course from sales reps and myself was it wasn't usually about clever prospecting. It was
Right.
usually about keeping in touch for a while, which I know LeadDelta helps with and
Right.
Aware helps start the conversation with. Posting content. Most of the leads generated were people who said, I've been following you for months.
Right.
Let's right. And like you've just kept in touch with them for years, and the history of DMs is so long. And then finally they're like 7 months go by or whatever.
Right.
They're like, all right, it's time. That's how it works.
That's how it works, and that's I love when you say, like, sales guys, like, just slow down, right? Like, there's no need to rush, right? And which is exactly what it is, like building credibility over time in a particular niche, in a particular industry. That's why even when it comes to creating content, I keep telling people, like, don't focus, like, oh, which target group I'm after, like, don't over strategize, just document your journey. The
Mm-hmm.
niche will evolve, right? Like, that's kind of what I like saying. And then, I had these stories where people would come to me and be like, "Oh, I've been following you for 5 years. I really liked when you said this, this, and that." I'm like, "Hold on a second. Like, why didn't you
Yeah.
ever comment on this? Like, why didn't you ever send a DM? Like, it. That's how people react, and that's when I also figure out the power of it. That's why I ask you, like, how have you been on LinkedIn? Because people have been following you, me, and some folks here in the comments for a while, and you'll see the results of it within few quarters, few months, few years. Who cares? But as long as you keep creating, as long as you keep showing up and following up with people and providing value, and then, what, from time to time, when you create something and when you need help, asking as well, I think, that is a winning strategy.